I'm Brian Posehn. You may know me from my stand-up comedy, or from the TV shows I've been on, like the Sarah Silverman program. I love comic books, metal, and anything nerdy, except furries. They're gross. But that does include Dungeons & Dragons, which I've been playing with the same group of my funny friends for a decade now. So we decided to record us playing the game and turn it into a podcast, and we call it...
Nerd Poker, Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends.
Blaine!
Ken!
Sarah!
Sark. Don't forget Gerry.
I heard he had big $50 nipples.
And you're listening to Nerd Poker, Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends. I'm Brian Posehn. These are my friends.
Hi.
Hi.
We were talking about Blaine. He's not here. Well, he's actually outside of the booth.
He's watching
us. And he can
us.
see us.
He's taking pictures of us.
And he's going to put his dick tits against the window.
His dick tits?
Yeah, his balls.
AKA.
Oh, I get it.
You've seen a penis, haven't you? You've drawn enough of them.
I get it. You rascals.
My 4-year-old loves saying dick tits at school. Like,
of course. I wonder where he got it from.
no, that's one he hasn't.
Oh, I think he
yet.
does.
He hasn't heard that one. So what happened last week, friends?
All right, so we got a full house this week, which is good. Everyone's back.
Everyone's back.
Dave
Thanks
Anthony,
again to
our
Dave
friend,
Anthony. He fucking killed it. He
our
was
friend
so-
Dave Anthony came in, and he's not a D&D player, but he's a funny motherfucker. So he came in, was a good sport.
I was so afraid he was just going to kill me immediately, but he
Nah.
treated me well.
No, he actually
really appreciate
rolled really well.
Yeah,
He did well.
He's a master. He should join our merry band.
I think he
should.
really liked it, actually.
Of course he did.
Yeah.
I think he did too.
How can you not?
Deep down.
It's a writer's game.
It's the adventure does seem to be coming to a sort of the end of a chapter here, which is exciting. But you guys, in hot pursuit of this necromancer that has been fucking with you and the lives of everyone you know and love, has finally slipped out of your grasp, escaping on a little escape craft. And leaving the tower ship that you're in on a collision course for the nearest star. And you guys are in sort of crunch time to try and get off of this tower or redirect it. And due to a series of odd circumstances, the party's been separated. So...
Odd circumstances, including abandonment by our wizard. Wizard abandonment.
And also the priest of Judas kept wandering off to find his pants.
He had a private agenda that didn't include us, and
His dick tits were getting cold.
Yeah, so recently, within the last few episodes, Brian's character, Amarth, the barbarian, slipped and fell and died.
Sad.
Brian's new
Patton's
character...
working on a song still.
Oh, he is? Oh, good.
I talked to him about this week. He couldn't make it this week.
the Bard Oswalt.
Yeah. And this song is being crafted as we sit here.
Dedicated to Amarth?
He's writing a song about Amarth.
That's going to
and how
be
he lived.
money. Holy shit.
Yeah.
People are writing songs for you on the forums, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
you could
wow, I
probably
gotta look.
stick all the verses together and throw
make
like
a big song.
I haven't been
a
to the
loop
forum in a
tune on
while.
it.
Oh, wow.
So the party ended up meeting and rescuing Damien Wormwood Darkaman. I got it.
Yep. Jerry's shaking his head. He doesn't even like hearing my character's name.
This may not be this may not be a long-lasting relationship.
Yeah, Sir Richard the Paladin did detect some evil on Damien.
I don't detect some evil or a little evil or a lot of evil. I detect evil.
Okay, all right. That's true. There's no gray area there, especially for a paladin.
What does that mean?
Just
so your fancy pants.
He seems to be some type of this new party member. Just seems to be some type of practitioner of some dark art. You're not sure how or what it is yet. And he's very stoic. But he has contributed a little bit during the battles of the last episode. You were pretty helpful. So, these guys fought a little bit of a booby trap, automated room guard. And basically, it's hard to sum it up real quick, but basically you found what looks like the executive suite of the tower. You looted it. You fought the robot or the automaton guard that sprang to life. You ended up with a chest full of star charts and at least one scroll that seems to be magical. Bunch of books.
Yeah.
And in the adjacent room to what you have sort of determined to be the bridge, or at least a bridge of this ship, you found a sort of an advanced airlock. You were teleporting up and down through small Star Trek-like discs on the floor, and that would actually send you through into the first room of an airlock, which presumably this guy was able to use for his own entrances and exits if he wanted. He didn't have to go down to the shipping levels. But you're now faced with the problem of you have a hard time. Blackie the Wizard has left the group, so he's not sitting at the table right now, but he went to get the skiff that you guys flew in on, and he's now hovering outside the general vicinity of this room, unable to see exactly where you're at, but probably helped due to his good instincts and his little Stargoyle guide. He's able to sort of determine where you're at, but it's like a one-way mirror. He can't see that it's a port, a viewport, or a porthole, or whatever, windows. So he's outside, and you guys are faced with the problem of getting outside of this ship through this airlock without actually having a ship docked. And without really being able to communicate, at least through conventional means, with Blackie, who's flying outside. So that's the predicament we find ourselves in right now. So I was going to say that's you can 2001 this. That's the obvious thing, but you need to get Blackie outside. If you he needs to be there to catch you.
Well, no. Here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
This is at the airlock with ropes. Seeing if I go into the airlock with the door closed on the ship side, and I'm tied off, and then I open the outer airlock while tied off, shooting the gauntlet to try and bring him in as a beacon, and then shutting the door.
Okay.
Now, even if I get sucked out, I want to then I thought I would have a few moments to pull myself back in, where if I do lose consciousness, that someone then could shut the door.
Now he knows where
inside.
It's at, or whatever. Okay.
Are you Sandy Bullock or George Clooney?
No.
Now I did some research, and maybe I'll drop some digits here on humans exposed to vacuums, and it's pretty interesting, actually. So the short version is you have a usable, I think NASA was calling it usable consciousness, or usable period of consciousness, or something like that, of a normal person, 9 to 12 seconds. 9 seconds if someone's relaxed, 12 seconds if you're exerting yourself. You guys will probably have a little bit more because you're fantasy game badasses. But
totally.
So you only have 15, 20 seconds, say, of being able to pull levers, fire beam weapons, that type of stuff, and then you lose consciousness effectively, and then within about a minute you're
I'll be dead.
You're done. Yeah, you've gone through a series of
there is the other possibility, which is I was as just a plan A, seeing if we could load just general items into the airlock, blowing the airlock, and then seeing if that attracts Stargoyle, who I trust more than the wizard. Now, if that doesn't work, I am prepared to go in there and then put on the bat signal.
That is an uncharacteristically safe idea coming from Gerry. The fact that he would suggest anything other than blowing himself out the airlock
Can we
is
blow a
amazing.
sign out there?
It doesn't even need. Yeah, it could just be. We could just do a rope and tie something to that rope.
2 pots and pans.
Yeah, and it'll just be like flying.
Is
out
there
there.
any benefit to my dragonness. It doesn't really.
Not in
affect-
space.
yeah.
No. Yeah.
That's a good question.
Okay, so let's
Yeah,
take
it
some
is.
of. Let's. You know what? I'm just gonna take all the. What about the bed coverings? All those like.
Yeah.
Oh, there's all kinds of
Yeah.
shit.
You can bring
could-
the robot
busted
stuff
robot
down there,
remains.
Yeah. We'll throw that. We'll fill the airlock with a bunch of shit,
If nothing else,
Like a
it's going to
garage
look
sale. But I
awesome.
think it
like
has
a
to-
wizard's garage.
But it has to
sale.
look. It has to look intentional.
Well, that's why if
As
we
opposed to just a
tie,
bunch
can
of
we
shit,
tie
yeah.
then something as like sort of like a flag that will be flying out
Yeah.
there? Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the hanging
We could
out of
do
the
it
ship
fly-
will be
we
a,
could do
a
on the
Marth's
bed on the
body.
bed sheet an arrow, or.
But how
so
are we going to
sad.
open the airlock? How
Well,
someone
we'll
needs
see.
to open the
we
airlock,
have to.
right?
We have that's
once you do if you do the someone needs to open the airlock. That's a tricky part.
Yeah, so there's actually not a way to do it without a person being involved.
Then I'll be on the inside with my breather up.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't
By
need to
breather, Jerry's referring to these guys
the
have
gift of
small
sparkle.
amulets, of their old water elemental pal. So he gave them little water droplets that can
Sparklet.
form into bubbles around their head, providing them like an hour or so of underwater breathing. not the intended use, but
Is it, I don't know what it does, but I have this necklace in this robe. I'm going to wear the necklace in the robe, hold onto the necklace,
yep.
and try to think telepathically to Blackie
Okay.
and tell him where we are. Something.
All right. You do so.
Okay.
We starting? Cool. You want to do that first? I had a quick thing, but yeah, go ahead. Actually,
No, go ahead.
I forgot to do these before we actually started the game, but before we get too deep, two shout-outs. Buzz Hemphill gave us $269.
Yeah.
Nice, Buzz.
$269. And then we mentioned this last week. Jeff Chafee.
It's some kind of fucking, I think.
16. Oh.
Yeah,
something.
man.
I don't know. We'll figure
You
it out.
haven't been
It's a
married
Bryan
that
Adams
long.
song.
Yeah.
Summer of 269.
Oh, that's sweet.
Any relation to Shirley Hemphill? I'm only asking
Wait,
for
is that
Blaine,
Bryan
who is not in
Who
the
sings
room.
that song? It's a Canadian, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
it is.
Summer of
John
69.
Cougar,
Yeah,
or-
Yeah, I was
that's
going to
him.
say, is it? Yeah.
Thanks.
And then real quick, Jeff Chafee, he gave us this amazing box. We've taken pictures of it.
Holy shit.
And inside
Yeah,
the
it was
box
great.
was little figures of all our characters.
Customized
Mine was for
specifically.
Marth.
Oh my God, this was so cool.
And
Yeah.
it came out great. He said, what did he say in the letter? That the axe mine came with was fucking weak, or his words on the factory model. So he made a metal as fuck one, and also his words. And I agree. It looks like the bat signal. It's fucking. It looks like.
yeah, it looks great.
It's fucking cool.
yeah, Mildred's shield is
Also,
awesome.
Jeff's note is in like a Lord of the Rings font.
Yeah. Jeff,
thought of
man,
everything.
you're super cool for doing this.
Thanks for
bro.
the
Thank
for the
Fantastic,
gold
yeah.
pieces, guys, and thanks for the pieces.
Yeah,
of
and
it.
Thank
Sark,
you all for
describe
Sark.
yours.
And for
Oh
listening.
yeah, I think possibly a
Oh, yeah.
world's first painted DM miniature. I've never seen one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he painted me a miniature. It's me with a giant, like, 50s era alien egghead holding some type of calculation device on my wrist and wearing a purple cape, similar to the one Bart's wearing right now.
That's right.
Standing on a throne of dice.
It's a little bit
pretty
like
cool.
a hit
I'll take
guy
it.
with a big head.
So let's get him. Sorry to interrupt, Ken.
Yeah, no. So I try to communicate using that method.
Yep.
And I also send thanks to everybody who sent that stuff with my necklace.
Holding the necklace.
Yeah.
All right, so is the airlock filled with a bunch of debris from?
Yeah, you guys load the airlock,
I have
beaming down.
I have
and
rope
up.
use as one of my
Oh, not this again.
proficiencies.
Well,
Okay.
we got to look.
I tie up Bart just for that with my proficiency.
It's payback.
again.
It's payback.
Looks at the gimp now.
Hey, where do the airlock controls?
So it opens like a bank vault.
Right. So you
So-
do need someone on.
Someone
the
has to be
inside.
I don't know
there.
what a
Yeah.
bank
but
vault
but
is.
if that makes sense, like if there's a way to like, yeah, I was
know
gonna
to
say if we
keep
could
it.
tie like a flag out on the outside while in your 8 seconds, but I guess you won't have time to
Well,
do
no,
that.
everything that's in the
it will
airlock
fly out.
is going to fly out. So if we want to tie it down, we can
if we
do
only-
that.
But if you
What
tie
if
it
we
down, you won't be
only
able to close the airlock.
Send out
again.
green stuff.
You know what you could do? now that I'm thinking about it, you could crack the door. It's going to just start to go real quick. But if you've got more than one person down there, which is the shitty part of this plan, they may be able to sort of help reel you in real quick. In case you may even be able to wade up against the stream of the wind, But if you could get back to the teleporter pad,
is there any water around?
You could bounce out, but you have to know that at that point the airlock's going to be a vacuum, and if you step on the pads again up top, you're going to appear down in the.
Are there any jugs of water or anything?
You won't be dead, but you'll be in that ticking clock situation.
Is there a water?
I don't think we've seen any.
No water?
No.
I'm trying to activate the helmets with water.
I think we just think about it.
Oh yeah, you can just turn them on.
But they only work with water, right?
No, they'll appear. Dave wore yours up for a while on last episode just because it looked.
Son of a bitch.
Well, I wonder, just out of curiosity,
funny.
I've got the water crown on. Can I conjure any water? I'm going to think about conjuring water.
Let's see. You're wearing so this is the crown these guys got for defeating the rogue water elemental lord. So you think about conjuring water, and instead there's like essentially like a Sub-Zero style, like energy pulls into your hand and then projects out in a shard of ice.
Freeze ray.
Yeah.
You have so many rays.
He really does have like really
master of
incredible
rays.
fist weapons.
He's the dick of the seventh race.
Overpowered.
OP, Paladin's OP.
Nice.
All right. Well,
I'll have that ability for one more game.
well, the light is going to be more effective right now for what we're trying to do in terms of signaling.
it's spread
I'll
on
do
the phone.
both.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's just see. So we're going to tie him down, and I'll be there as his backup.
Yeah, I mean, you could, if you put a bunch of shit down there, just crack the door. I think you could crack the door, and with teamwork, move the 10 feet.
Yeah,
the door is heavy, so it's not going to immediately explode. It's going to be like a second or two as it goes. And the
Any
air
chance
goes,
of holding the door back with strength?
Ooh, that would be badass. Yeah, there's a chance.
Also,
so there's
a feat of strength.
There's two doors.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
so
sure.
we're talking about you're going to open the outside. We're going to have the inside door cracked, and you're going to open the outside door.
Well, I always thought I'd have to
just
shut the inner door and then use the outer door.
You don't have to shut the inner door. It's just that.
No, we have to shut the inner door. Otherwise, we lose the
everything
compartment.
gets sucked
Right.
out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I was saying you'd have a good chance of getting back to the pads if you just blew the.
We're not gonna mess with the pads.
All right, so then that's a whole other.
Right.
That's a whole other ball game because now he's alone in between the two doors. Does that make sense?
But I don't know how else we do it because that's what an airlock is, right? It requires that one of the doors be closed and then you open the.
Yeah. I mean,
here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be inside the airlock. No, I'm not. You're going to be trapped on the good side. I'm going to be inside the airlock. I'll blow it real quick and try and close it real quick. But I'll be tied.
Yeah,
right?
we're going to tie you inside the
safe
airlock.
side.
The safe side.
I think we have a better chance if I help.
You can be in there.
I'm very strong.
What are you going to just be in there?
I'm
with
strong.
Them?
I can kick. What?
The two of you are just going to be in there in the airlock?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like.
So you're going to have
7 minutes in heaven.
So wait, let me paint a clearer picture here. You're going to have the inner door cracked enough to try and get back through.
No.
No, you're going to have the inner door closed.
It has to closed. Enter the airlock.
Yes.
Open the second door. Try to close
because
it. Because
even if I die, or even if the two of us die,
yeah,
this should be successful enough where our dumb wizard
attracts his attention.
Should see it and be able to at least grab the rest of the group.
Yeah. I just looked out there and he's reading like gossip rags.
Here's the other thing we should do is probably tie the door down.
What I was going to say is I can tie them to the inner door.
Yeah.
And then
but also tie the outer door down
with a line so it doesn't open all the way.
Yeah.
Either way, that room's not so big. The air is going to be gone almost. It's going to be like a thunk.
Okay.
So
Right, but
And
the
then- but
less the
once
door
we-
can open, the
that
less
that puts you into. So you're going to crack the door. The shit's going to blow out. Everything's tied
he's
down.
going to shine his light out.
Yeah, shine the light. Then I shut the door, and once we have that door closed, then you guys open
Right.
it and save our lives.
Right.
Don't
you have 15 seconds.
don't let the new evil priest
Right.
give me mouth to mouth.
I'll do whatever is necessary to save your life.
Yeah.
He can tongue your butthole, though.
Okay.
I'm right here.
Good night.
All right.
So,
What a confusing
Is-
near-death experience that would be.
yeah.
Like you feel air being forced into your lungs.
Oh, that tickles.
And then an evil
Dead.
priest tonguing your butt.
What if that's just how his Dark Lord operates?
Whoa.
That's how.
It's pretty dark.
That's how the
That's how-
gift of life is transferred.
Pretty metal. Look at some guy's butthole. It's really metal.
Man, he's not even reacting to
Not
any of this.
listening.
He can't. It's grabbing his
Shit.
brain.
I like
as they say.
I like how we're fucking with an evil priest on the way into an airlock that we might die in.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck you, asshole. Clink.
You give him the shocker, but do metal horns instead of the.
Which is less
I'm
shocking
praying.
when you think about it. Okay.
I'm praying that luck fills in for your lack of intellect.
So clock's ticking and you're flying into a sun. Should
We're
we do
doing
this?
it. We're doing
Okay.
it. We're doing it.
All right. So are you you're tying some things to
so
the ropes?
Richard didn't even hear that.
Well, I think the main thing is that they're getting tied to the inner door, so they can't fly out too far, and the inner door is getting tied. I mean, the outer door is getting tied to the inner door, so it can't open all the way.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are the two main rope.
I would suggest might as well go combine all these and put some trash in there.
Yeah,
Tie
yeah.
some things
yeah,
off.
Yeah, we're-
As much of that.
we're going bananas
at
on
the-
this.
At the outer door, so we're not hit by it as
Yeah.
it decompresses.
Right.
Between us and the outer door.
But
is
we
garbage.
don't want to tie the thing about tying as a flag any type of garbage or anything is that they won't be able to close the outer door then. So that's why we didn't want to do that,
Oh, I see.
right?
Well, the outer door will be able to close because there won't be anything in the room anymore.
No, if he's
You mean if
saying
we have a rope?
if we
Oh,
tie
no,
a
yeah,
rope,
we
right? We
can't-
can't do
yes,
that because
there's none of that.
Right.
We're not.
it clear?
We're not.
Yeah, I get it. You guys.
We're not securing the garbage. The garbage flies out.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to know what is going to signal Blackie that it's not just a random jettison
his
of
light,
shit.
his light, hopefully.
His
Anything
light,
coming
right.
out. Right.
And hopefully, because the bonus to leaving shit hanging outside of the hatch, obviously at the cost of the airlock becoming a one-use trick at that point, is that in case the outside of the hatch is as disguised as the windows, there's long enough for Blackie to see it.
Right.
Whereas
Right.
if it's just a momentary boosh, he may see that shit, but if you close the hatch and you don't know if it's visible from the outside yet. That's the one.
But there's
sort of
no way
downside
if
to
we
it.
can do that, they can't close the airlock and then they're going to definitely die, right?
Well, you could close the airlock. Well, yeah, then it's not definitely,
Tabs.
but very outside. Then it gets way more dangerous.
Yeah, it just seems like I don't know how they would.
Can you do 3 short flashes, 3 long flashes, and 3 short flashes?
Yeah.
I just need 87 encounters.
Can you first invent Morse code,
Yeah.
make sure Blackie Green knows it?
And somewhere across the galaxy, someone takes 6d12 damage as
Yeah.
a strange bolt of lightning.
What would be great if he accidentally hit the fucker's ship that's escaping?
Oh yeah.
No, I was thinking about that. Going,
Yeah.
well, if I don't have if I'm
Let's
not
do a
getting
wide
off
sweep.
this ship. Yeah.
Okay, let's get this over with.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
All right.
Party.
So you guys move down into the airlock.
Yeah.
You open the inner door.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Before you go, good luck. Don't
Thank
die.
you.
That was the most cheerful
Thank you.
Damien's been. Oh wow.
It's like if
Damien's
Amon,
sort of,
if, it's
mushy.
like if Amon Amarth was going to be Chris Gaines.
All right, then. Well, thank you, Damien.
Thanks, buddy.
Very helpful.
I'll be praying that you don't perish.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, so you guys beam down through the teleport pads into the pre-airlock chamber.
Mm-hmm.
You open the big bank vault door, and you're now staring at the outer airlock door.
We've loaded it with crap.
You start loading in a bunch of debris, stacking it up against the outer door, ready to be blown out into space in a hopeful
Detritus? Detritus?
detritus. Yes.
Detritus? I don't know.
I think so.
Shit.
And then you tie.
I believe that's the correct pronunciation.
So Mildred, what's your what's the rope skill based on which stat?
That's a good question.
There's gonna be some.
Got to do proficient. Get to
Whatever your best stat is, just make it that.
So while Mildred is looking up her,
I have
her
rope use too.
Rope use. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool. So you guys can double check.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's a dex check.
I don't think they're attached in that same way. Are they specifically to? Well, I can read you the description. Oh, maybe they are on this chart, but they're not.
let's see here.
The description.
Should we take a break?
Oh, relevant ability. I see. Yeah.
Are we
yeah,
close?
okay.
We could take a break, do a check on our rope checks.
Okay.
Do you want to? Yeah, let's take a break. You don't get to call breaks. I call breaks.
I call breaks when you're out there sleeping and looking at us weekly.
Let's take a break.
Fine.
We're taking a break right now. Are we back, Jerry?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah, we're back now.
Oh God, you guys, this is weird.
So it's
love you guys.
rope use is a
The west side of the table is
dexterity
really
related
aggressive.
thing.
I love your hatred.
Dexterity for
It's
rope use?
dexterity
Okay.
related, yeah, and it enables a character to accomplish amazing feats with rope. A character with rope use proficiency is familiar with all sorts of knots and can tie knots that slip, hold tightly, slide slowly, or loosen with a quick tug.
It's like
Dirty.
rope-agami. Thanks for that, Ken. So yeah, you guys are then. You've got the debris in there. You're going to tie some lines to the from one vault handle to the next with just enough, using your mastery of rope, with just enough slack to give the door
Like 18 inches, because
Like
we want to blow the
right.
stuff out.
Foot
Because look, the other thing that is worrisome, though, about tying that door down is if something gets wedged in there, then we can't get it out.
Right.
right. You yeah, we'll say that you guys are
Well, worst case
anticipate
scenario,
that, and
you
all the
cut it
debris
free.
is small, so it shouldn't. It's going to go out of here like it's fired from a cannon.
I think the
So-
most important thing is not going to be the debris. It's going to be your light.
What will be really wonderful is if Blackie is flying by at the time that we decompress and hit his ship
And a
with
soda
bunch-
can goes through the windshield.
Like, that's the thing. Like
He flies away like a balloon.
an
like,
old asshole's like bedpan just shoots through the warp engine.
That's what he gets for going without us.
Yeah, I know, really.
All right, so the door is tied off with 18 inches of slack. You guys, Bart and Sir Richard, are both tied off with far less to get as much as possible. Just enough to let you reach the knob, the
To turn to reseal
yeah,
the door.
the dial, whatever that thing is, the opening mechanism on the outer door. So leaning forward, you can just barely reach it.
I wonder if I focused a water shot from the crown and then did a beam shot, I could hit the beam, hit the ice, and that.
The ice comes
trying
from
to
your
do trick
hand
shots.
also.
Yeah, but I have two hands.
All right. Now we're just getting fancy. Let's do this.
All right. Okay, so you double check all the
mean,
knots.
you're doing it,
Go
so I
ahead
guess
and
it's-
roll, just in case, because I'm going to roll against it. Go ahead and we'll have both you guys
both
do.
of us are going to roll, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And this is not something that you're going to, like, fuck up the knot.
5.
Okay. 5. And these are dex checks, so that's a
I also
success.
have rope use.
10.
10.
Just in
What's your
case.
dex?
You want an extra?
Oh, yeah. He's going to check it too.
Oh,
I also
okay.
have
Yep,
rope
yep.
use, just for the hell of it.
12. Sir Richard has
12
a 12.
is a success.
15?
15, which I don't remember what Bart's dex is.
That's not
Bart just
good.
rolled a 15. Dex is
13.
Okay, all right.
So we noticed some problems with Bart's and then fixed them.
Yeah, Bart looks at
Damn
him and
these
goes,
hands.
"These look great." No, but you guys double, triple check. I was basically only having you roll that, not to so much to see if the knots fail because you're taking your time with it, but more about because now we're getting down to time spent. So if you had to redo the knots, I would dock that against your
Against flying into the
Yeah.
sky.
55-minute time limit. Yeah. Okay, so everything
it's bad
looks
enough
good.
as it is.
Mildred, you prepare to step out. Yeah.
Yeah, so
You're
are
gonna-
we both going to be
On the other
Damien,
side
or
of
we're
the
going to be
airlock.
right on the other side?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So we're there.
See
Okay,
you on the
so
other side.
yeah, you see the last you see of these two is you swing the massive door shut. Is them?
I've been talking to Judas. I feel like I would have started the last round.
Yeah. You said you were
You've been
praying.
saying you're praying,
Yeah. All right, so we'll say you guys both move to the end of each of your ropes to reduce
I am at the
whiplash
end of my
and
rope.
strain on the rope. You're about to experience something that almost no human ever experiences.
Killer.
Nobody ever feels
What about Dragonborn?
total vacuum. Or dragon.
Come
well,
on,
there's
please.
space dragons.
We do it all the time. It's my bread and butter.
All right. You swing the massive inner door shut, and you guys get ready for a moment of discomfort, as well as you're going to sort of be for you, it'll be ear popping as the rooms equalize. You guys are about to get the real.
I pray to Bahamut, and I think of Glenishmore,
All right.
and I'm ready to open the door.
All right.
I'm
You
just-
don't have to
I'm
roll
just
anything
excited.
for this.
I
You're
know.
at the whim of physics.
Wait, did we set a time on when are we just gonna know when to open the
Well, you will
We'll open it from
certainly
our side.
hear this.
okay.
Because we open
if
both
you're
doors.
nothing,
Well,
you should probably open
you
it.
guys should set this up. This won't count against your time. This
Right.
would be understood that you would have set this
If
up
it-
while you
yeah.
were shoveling
if
wizard
it goes,
shit into
if it
the
goes
room.
too
but-
long, I have to open the door to,
Yes.
How long, once the moment everything goes thump, till you're going to try and close it immediately, right? You're going to blast the beam.
Blast
and,
the beam and shut the door.
So
I would say give it
basically,
30
So after, like,
seconds or a minute.
20
10
seconds,
second- 10
20,
seconds.
yeah, not even.
Well, let's give us 6 seconds to run the door. So let's say
we've got
well,
time- we've got
no,
time
no.
to
She
recover.
only needs a timer from the moment it decompresses because
Yeah.
she's going to hear it. So
Yeah.
you're only going to need.
20 seconds?
less.
They'll be unconscious in 15. So
Right.
Well, I figured this was a last resort kind of
Okay,
situation.
right.
Because if I'm opening the door, presumably you didn't get to close the door, so we're all going to die probably.
Yep. No, that's good.
Yeah.
In my research, I read about an astronaut that survived a spacesuit accident, and he was in a vacuum for 20 seconds and recovered just fine. So
Okay, so I'll aim for 15. I'll do 15 if you want.
Yeah.
I don't want any of my shit to get sucked off of me either, like my helmet or any of the.
Is there
fucking-
anything in this
Sounds
room
hot.
that I can tie? I know this is so
I mean, I do want my
boring.
shit to get
I know,
sucked off.
I know
Suck
that we
off
need to
your
just like
helmet.
do this.
I
but,
know.
yeah,
This is
yeah,
like
people are
cliff
gonna be really
diving
pissed
now.
off. But yeah, is there anything in this room that I can tie myself to as like the last in case I have to open this door? And
I'm not sure that the inner door that you're manning would open in this scenario. Because the pressure on the other side, it's like trying to open it.
well, yeah, that is a gamble
Yeah.
that there's not an automated.
Right. Isn't that,
but
how,
this
isn't
is
that how
a-
we decompressed and destroyed the...
Yeah, so
Yeah,
far,
we
so
have-
far, there hasn't been very good.
I forgot that we're 0 for 1 with
Right.
decompression
Yeah.
versus.
There hasn't been good
Is there-
redundant
right.
systems.
Is there
on
a
the
place in this room?
collector
Is there
ships.
a place in this room where I can tie us to? Well, we would have already done this, but no.
Only the inside, like knob or the
All right.
that wheel.
I'm
so.
gonna do that just as the final backup because then we're all probably gonna die. But at least I can try to save you guys.
I really feel I need to put all my shit down before I got in here.
I thought about it, but I'm taking it with me.
Well, I know, but you just have. If it works, you'll have nothing with you. I removed my shit before I got in.
Okay.
So you're nude out there.
No, but like my robe and my necklace and my
That's
you're
the,
nude.
the obvious
my jaw
things
thing.
that you may lose in a hurricane would probably be
right,
good to
exactly,
lose right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hang out of your hats and
The
glasses.
crown.
The crown's not coming off my head. It's magic, and I'm using the sparklet. That's magic.
What if this is the end of the episode right now and this is all we've done? Well, that was
All right, then we'll see you next
prepped
week.
for-
All right, sweet.
I just assumed because they were magic items.
Did you guys want to grab like a quick bite or something maybe before you
Oh,
go?
that's a
or-
good idea too.
Yeah.
Do they have a service on the floor?
All right. So wait, what do you, Richard?
I can leave everything behind except the
you
magic.
didn't want to.
items.
It's all magic. I'm leaving mine.
I need the gauntlet.
Yes,
You
do.
could hold the crown on with an arm over your head, maybe.
Like I'm doing an
And
old,
have Bart open the door.
like Robin Williams bit. Like
Yeah,
it
like a
looks
Lord
you
of the
were-
Dance
yeah,
pose.
like jazz hands.
Fosse.
All right, it's up to you. It's
All
gonna
right,
get
I'll
real
leave-
windy.
I'll leave the crown
Okay. All right. So
and the great axe. Like obviously.
I don't know. Once again,
All right.
it's a kid.
Here we go.
We were supposed
all
to have
right,
a toast
here we
today,
go.
but
They're inside the airlock. You
magic
slide
items are
the
off
inner
except
door
for
shut,
chocolate.
clang, and crank it.
and the
Crank it
beam-
till it's snug. All right, you guys are now in this really eerily silent, tiny little 10 by 10 room between two vault doors. that look like the doors on Cube.
I'm gonna hold the gauntlet on with like that, and once it's open, so I'm gripping my wrist.
That one won't come off.
Yeah,
it's good. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Crank the door. You go.
Bart should
Three or three, then go.
Bart should probably open door because you're going to fire multiple.
And then you know what I'll do? I'll fire, and then we'll both pull
Grab
that door
and pull
shut.
it down. Yeah, good. I like it.
I sincerely hope this gambit pays off.
Okay,
we can't.
So
hear
you're
that.
opening the door.
Yeah.
Okay. So you crank
to the woman that's left
You crank
with
the
me.
door, and it has actually like extra resistance. You can feel it, and your heart starts to race like you're about to like jump off of a high precipice. As you know, at any point the threads are going to give.
I have an insane erection right now.
It finally does, and there's a flurry of things that happen. Visually, everything. It looks as if you were.
We just got action figures made. I just want to remind you.
It looks like you were at the base like you'd been loaded into a cannon. And everything has been fired out of the cannon except you. That's what it looks like.
Okay.
It's like watching a shotgun fire from inside the barrel.
I just farted into my own helmet.
So everything is instantly just blown out, instantly sucked out, and you can see it like little tiny shooting stars, almost glittering out in the out in the starry sky. The door that you were holding is jerked right out of your hands to the. You can still reach it, but just for now, it just goes clang, and your rope work. All of your rope work is put to the test as this thing. You can see fibers on the rope go as it's pulled tight like a piano string.
Shoot your blast.
You don't hear anything though. There's one initial really loud ear pop, like you were like you're landing at like when you're landing in an airplane or whatever. You hear this really loud ear pop, and the rest is just silent. Although the corners of your vision start to come in almost immediately, and you feel almost like a rock has been set on your chest. So everyth's gone. This is round one. And your vision's darkening. You know you only have about 15 seconds. So, go.
I'm firing the gauntlet.
Okay.
And then closing the
grabbing
door.
the door to pull it closed.
Are you crowning or no? Crowning.
No.
Crowning?
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
I'm crowning in my pants.
I decided
okay.
against it in case that water vapor
Got it. Okay.
jams the door.
All right. So you swipe as much as you can a beam signal out there. The beam cuts through for what you can see out the crack in the door. The beam is like a 6-inch diameter white laser. Silently, you wag it back and forth. As your guys' vision becomes tunnel vision now.
Yeah, we're pulling the door.
You start to swing the door shut.
Yep. Swing
right.
the door.
Swing
pull the
the door
door
shut.
closed and swing that lock shut.
All right, you both feel actually pretty good, but as you're pulling the door shut, you catch a glimpse of each other, and there's blood coming out of all your nose and your eyes, your ears, everything. But each of you feel all right, but the other one looks fucking like shit.
Fucked up.
You pull the door shut. You're cranking it. You're sealing it, and you just feel like an incredible pressure, like a migraine headache across your entire body. In the other room, Mildred, you hear it sounds like like a stone giant knocked on the door. It just goes. You don't hear anything else. You don't hear anything else for 1 second, 2 seconds. You start your count.
1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000.
And you're going to 20, right?
15, I think we said.
15. Okay. So you get to 15.
Okay, you should teleport out of here. You teleport back up to the room, Damien.
Okay.
And
Okay. He goes immediately.
I have my helmet. I put my helmet up.
You guys are in no fuck around mode right now.
Okay, so I put my helmet up.
Yep.
And I'm tied to the door, and I open the door.
All right. So the door, as soon as this door clears, there's a moment of sort of, it doesn't slam open, but as all the air in this chamber equalizes between this and the next, the door momentarily swings free for a second. You feel like intense sort of pain in your sinuses and ears for a second. A couple jaw stretches sort of balance it out. You see these two laying on the floor, just bloody, limp messes laying on the floor. And the now other than them, the spotlessly clean
Are they alive?
outer airlock. Yeah, they're both alive.
Oh, good.
Jesus Christ.
So I got to roll damage for you both right now.
How do you?
Well, I'll signal. I'll come. So as soon as I see they're alive, then I pop up to tell him to come and heal.
Okay.
As long as I'm leaving them for 5 seconds, it's gonna be okay.
All right. So Richard, you take 9.
9.
And Bart, you took 11.
Ouchies.
All right.
Now, is this room still? We don't have the sort of any of the translucent. We can't see if we were successful.
Right. So I'm bringing them back into the teleporter room, and we're closing the airlock.
Right.
We're hoping that Blackie's
Yeah.
gonna fly down and open the airlock from.
Okay. So, and just for the listener, you have what's your hit points?
I had 33. Now I'm down
33.
9, so
You
I'm
have
at
something
20.
similar, right?
33, I'm down to 22.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So after
Also, my balls exploded.
you drag,
I can lay on hands.
you drag
Yeah,
them
you
sort
can.
of into the
I still
inner
have less than both of
room.
you.
Close the door, and they both after 30 seconds
Yep.
to a minute, they both start to stir again, and you guys really relatively no worse for the wear.
You guys, you did it.
Are back in action.
Well, good job.
What happened?
Good job. You managed. You did it, and then you passed out. But
I
you did
taste
a good.
copper.
Am I
did
back?
Did you see? No, she hasn't
Yeah.
alerted
So
you yet. So
I
yeah.
flick up and get him, and then.
Okay. So now you guys, you guys sort of gather in the inner chamber, and now the plan. As far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know right now, the plan that was the extent of what we had so far,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So now it's hope that Blackie can dock somehow, or
Am I here to see them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You're back down.
So I look at both of them. Does Ken look worse than Jerry, or?
I'm about to say.
I'm actually worse
both-
off than either of them.
Oh, you took.
But
a
you
lot
already
of
healed.
hits?
Well, no, from
Yeah,
the battle
she got
robot.
beat
But
up
you
by
already
the
healed me
robot.
from that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I start casting, and I'm gonna heal Ken first.
Okay. So just so we get off on the right
So
foot
it's
here,
5.
you're gonna have to, because you cast it last game. It's a level 1 spell, so you'll need 10 minutes to rememorize it. It's basically 10 minutes per level.
Okay.
So you'll take 10 minutes to rememorize, then you can cast.
Well, I want to try.
You're gonna start doing that.
And
Yeah.
we're waiting. So wait.
Or not memorize, that's pray.
That way
10
we
minutes to
have
pray, yeah.
all of us our maximum hit points for when we hit the sun.
That's right. Okay.
So now, do we all leave?
So yeah, now I
Enjoy it.
think all of you need to step out.
And is Blackie coming
And
in?
Blackie, Blackie needs to come in.
Call him first, and then we'll.
All right. So we ended up taking a break. We're back. I am sitting now at the table with Blaine, a.k.a. Blackie Green, the pilot of the skiff.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for flying the skiff. We're going to be reaching our cruising velocity of
Infinity.
infinity. Thank you very much. If you look out the
That's right.
left side of the spacecraft, you'll see
The red giant we're about to crash into.
red giant. And if you look at the right side of the spacecraft, you'll see the other spacecraft. Anyway, I'm going to turn off the fasten seatbelt sign. You're free to move about the compartment. Oh, I'm going to turn that seatbelt sign back on. There's going to be some horrible, horrible turbulence coming up.
Yep, and the air conditioning. Turn the air conditioning on for everybody.
Oh, and also a fat guy. You're going to be sitting next to a fat guy, mostly in your seat. So we apologize for the fat guy, but flight attendants prepare for fat guy.
All right, so this is where the rubber is meeting the road, or the carriage wheel is meeting the rut.
Go blue with that.
Blackie, a couple episodes ago, in a hustle, he split and he headed back to get the skiff that our party arrived on. Possibly, and there's really no way to be sure, but becoming a key element in saving the day here. We'll see, but right
I hope
now,
it didn't take too long. I had to park in stacked parking.
So you have Blackie has made it back, and with the help of Stargoyle and your astronomical instincts, you were able to determine about where the party is. From out here, though, the ship just looks like a gigantic wall of stone. So you're using your best guess. And you're in the process of sort of buzzing around, slowly looking for features, something to, give you a sense of where they're at, or a signal. When you see just off to the side. By the way, there's a whole lot of information here to convey. The vista is amazing. You're staring into just as if half the visible sky is a wall of red fire. The star is like looming as this tower plunges into it.
Sounds like Chipotle in exchange for this announcement.
So you guys, Stargoyle and yourself, you both see, it's very obvious, some type of signal, like a sparkling cloud of debris just at mind-blowing speed is just ejected from the side of the ship. And that's what initially catches your eye.
So it is a Chipotle.
And a moment later, it's followed by a beam. Clearly, the hand of Bahamut is sending some type of signal.
Ooh.
This beam wags back and forth, up and down.
Okay.
And you lurch the ship to the side just in time to see a circular panel ceiling on the exterior of the ship that you would not have been able to see. And as soon as it closes, it becomes essentially invisible again. But
very high tech.
Yeah, you've got it locked now in your memory. You know where this is at, as long as you don't fly off or something.
As long as I don't get distracted. Oh, I got to take this. Hello? Oh, where was that door?
So you now know that there somehow they managed to send, and somehow Sir Richard at least managed to send a signal out of an open airlock. The details of that must be something appropriately insane for a Gerry character.
I'm sure he'll tell me all about it.
The other thing, and I already talked to Blaine about this, but the listeners should know, is that the first thing you checked when you got back to the ship was the damage that you'd seen. And when you went back, and you haven't messed around with the inner workings of the ship much, you familiarized yourself slightly. But as you went back and literally lifted up the hood on this thing, you saw that there is, in addition to a whole bunch of other mechanisms, there's 6 crystals that seem to they're set in there almost like it's pistons or a header on a muscle car.
Okay.
And 5 of the crystals, and there's been some nominal damage in there, but nothing too intense. The key has been these crystals. They're somehow tied to the FTL drive. 5 of them are shattered or melted, and one of them's still intact. And a quick sort of examination between you and Stargoyle, you calculate.
We're both wearing coveralls.
Yeah, you were shouting at him to throw you I forget what tool Han asks.
Hey, hand me the Hydra spanner.
So yeah, you've determined that the skiff has one more jump. So. Or one jump left in the tank, essentially, unless you can replace these crystals, which you'll have to
I hope it's a
examine
jump
later.
by Van Halen. That would be a great jump. I don't know if I want to waste it on that one, though.
So that's the sitch. You've got about 50 minutes before the ship, the tower starts to burn up.
Flight attendants prepare for plunge into sun.
And now you're staring. You're faced with this sort of puzzle. You're staring at what must be the outer door of some type of airlock, but there's not like an umbilical or docking mechanism. They sent a signal through there and managed to get the door shut. So most likely they explosively decompressed, or they managed to get the door shut and are back safely on the side of an operational airlock. Cross fingers.
Are there any So you said there's searchlights and stuff on this.
Yeah,
ship.
yeah. You've been flying around. It's like you just. It's like that scene when Lawrence Fishburne found Event Horizon after all these years. You're just scooting around the outside of it.
Oh, or also like the way the Palomino sort of scanned the outside of the Cygnus X1 before it lights up.
Yes, yes.
In that 20,000 Leagues Into the Sea parody. Hey, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus all the spotlights on that door, and I'm going to sort of shimmy up next to it, kind of like the Botany Bay next to the Enterprise there. Okay. And I'm going to get in there and sort of. I think what I'm going to do is, hopefully they'll see the lights if they're down by a hatch or whatever. I'm going to try to line up the hatches a little bit, and I'm going to start to prepare for receiving some guests at a high velocity fashion.
Before we do that, let me just I'll just clarify one thing though. If there's a possibility they'll see the lights. That's assuming both of the airlock doors have some type of view or porthole or something like that. But if they don't, they won't see the light. So let's start with that. You do that, and then sort of scoot down.
Well, then I have the little space helmet from Sparklet, right?
Yes.
Is that going to be a protectant against decompression or anything like that?
A little bit. So you missed out on all our Discovery Channel on explosive decompression, but I decided it would give you an extra 5 seconds. So once you're exposed to the vacuum, you have with the helmet you have 20 seconds before you lose consciousness.
Okay.
And that 20 usable seconds.
All right.
So you pretty much have one action once you do that, which makes things like opening multiple doors or whatever a little tricky. But
is there any way that I can knock on this? Knock on the hatch? Anything I can?
Gently.
Can I just nudge it with the ship a little bit?
Yeah,
like a little tippy tap.
Yeah, that would be that sort of like finding survivors in a submarine, kind of.
Yeah.
And you do have so this ship, the skiff you're in, it obviously has a little airlock of its own, a little double door chamber. So you're gonna bump that and open the outer doors, right? In case they try and. Now, you're going to stay a little clear because you just saw the outer door on this thing swings open. You don't want it busting your ship up. But so you're going to bump on this thing and then back off enough to give the door room to open and then just see what happens.
Wait and then I'm going to do the thing like where the guy catches a bullet in his mouth in a box.
Right,
and
exactly.
To see if I can get these guys one by one. And I'm going to sort of sit around. There's going to be a montage of me and Stargoyle with cigars and in a smoky room doing plans.
All right.
And I just want to make sure that the ship stays kind of lined up and maneuvered.
Okay.
And it doesn't move when there's a blast next to it. That it
right. You're able to compensate.
There's a compensative reaction.
That's good because it'll get hit by an airlock's worth of air as this thing.
I'm also going to put some some soft clothes down in there, maybe some cushions and stuff. I'll put the air mattress down there. I'm going to take the things off of Brian. Well, Brian's not using the futon anymore. Right. I'll just take Amarth's thing down there. And I'm just going to pad up the airlock a little bit.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
The dirty laundry is getting stacked in the...
Yeah.
So wait, here's the thing.
Everybody's going to look like a Snuggle commercial.
If you do anything you put in there, as soon as you open the outer door on your end, is going to get blown out. So that may not work. You'll just bounce it off the outside of the... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I could see that. Well,
either way...
It would be a good chance to get rid of that mattress. I think it smells like pee.
All right. So now I have to ask them, do you want to man the mic for 30 seconds? I need to go ask them what their response is rather than shepherding everyone back in here. All right. I'm leaving you with Blaine for 30 seconds. All right. I'll be right back.
Hi, listeners. My name is Blaine Capatch. I've been playing Dungeons & Dragons with these maniacs now since 1842. We all met at the Battle of Appomattox, and we had been training for a little while and found a secret cave behind one of the battlefields under a tree. And in that cave was a glowing stone with some weird, just these markings on it. It was very otherworldly, and when we touched it, we gained eternal life. We've been hanging out here for a while now, and Brian just reproduced, which is good. We didn't think that we were going to be able to do that anymore. But anyway, hopefully this will all be edited out, because I didn't think I was going to be stretching this long. It's... I do want to plug a show that I'm working on. It's called At Midnight, and it's hosted by Chris Hardwick, the Emperor of all nerds. And it's on after the Stephan Colbert show on Comedy Central. Sorry, I just started plugging myself. Please watch At Midnight. It's so much fun. It's a blast. All the comedians come on. It's just a lot of fun. Anyway, that's it.
I'm bummed I missed it, actually.
Oh, it's okay.
I'd like to hear what Blaine's up to.
I told him about how we all met in the Civil War, and we gained eternal life. We're in for a long ride. Like once the sun burns out and we're still alive, it's going to start getting old.
All right. So now that I know what their plan is and what your plan is for the next moment, Blaine, I'm going to have you bow out. Okay. And I'm going to bring the rest of them back in here.
Okay. But first, I'd like to stretch for another 30 seconds. Everybody. A lot of people forget the influence that Hoagie Carmichael had in the songwriting scene of today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And, I don't want to go off on Hoagie again.
Oh, man. All right. Blaine is going to bring everyone back in. And we'll see how this plays out. I just had to get the input from them on what their response would be to 3 heavy knocks on the exterior of the ship.
Oh, good.
Most of it was like, why doesn't he open the fucking door? The goddamn wizard piece of shit.
And Mickey's
Oh, wait, here they are. All right.
Talking about Disneyland.
Like
Oh, you guys are about to go on a real good ride.
Jesus.
It smells great in here.
It does. Like
grated
feet.
By the way, as I come to, as Sir Richard wipes the blood from his eyes, he rearms himself with everything he had.
Got it. Yep.
I will put my stuff back on.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are fully armed and operational now.
I can only lay on hands 1 per day, otherwise I would heal you. But
I'm getting blood on everything.
All right. So I just informed them when these guys, this is Damien, Sir Richard, Bart, and Mildred, that they hear 3 very clear and very heavy clangs outside the airlock.
It's Judy Garland with the trolley.
And after an initial sort of why isn't he coming in, the assumption is being made that he's unable to.
Yes.
He's either incredibly
he's
inept
the ship against the side of
or
the
he's unable to dock, and he's signaling that he's. You're hoping that he's signaling that he's ready to catch you.
I hope he understands there's a fucking airlock situation.
I obviously can't tell you what Blaine has done.
You can.
But
it's awesome
Do we
that
all
all
wanna
of our
try this
lives
story?
are in the hands of the gentleman that abandoned us.
Do we?
if the 4 of you right now, I just want to say, if the 4 of you blow yourself out into space
It would
right
be
now,
an
it would be
fantastic,
probably one of my D&D highlights.
So, wait, but
It would
can
be a
we-
911 call.
could happen.
It would be a 911 call to Patton.
Can everyone do what I had already done, which is like we all tie to the inside door and then we're ready? I mean,
No, but then we're screwed if it's a catch situation. Then we're stuck on that thing.
no, because then we just cut the rope, right?
Or I'm counting on possibly passing out.
Yeah, you're not sure how far away he's going to be, so it'd be a tricky guess.
I think this is going to be. I'm going.
But wait,
I'm freeballing.
Sarah looks puzzled, so I want to hear if she's.
I'm not puzzled. I just
Okay.
was wondering which is the bigger risk, I guess.
So you could tie yourself to the handle on the inner door, but the question's going to be is if the rope is shorter than the distance to the airlock, if he's there, you're going to bounce off the end of that rope,
Right.
and then you're proper fucked.
Well, can I then just cut the rope and not
Proper
get sucked into wherever they are?
Well, then you'll drift. Then you'll drift gently back into the airlock or whatever. But you would the gamble would be the airlock opens and you have that brief moment as you're ejected from the ship to
Right.
cut the rope if you see that there's enough room.
Right.
So that way you either fly into the airlock or you bounce back, and then you have one more round of D&D to figure out how you want to finish things.
All right,
but
you're right. I guess it doesn't matter because
Bounce
if,
right into the teleporter. You'll be fine.
No, teleporters are on the wrong side of the. Oh no, I
Yep.
see. You're just opening everything up. Yeah.
I guess. All right, fine. If that's what we're doing, this is potentially a suicide mission with everybody. Then
It is. I'm excited. I'm praying to Bahamut.
are you praying for us to live or die? Because
I
you're
like-
smiling
praying
like
for us
I
to
like
live.
I like that you do sort of have to commit. I like where your head's at, but I think you do. The risk of it not working is 100% chance of death by star, and a massive percent chance of dying in the vacuum of space, compared to the small percent chance of success on relying on Blackie to
Hey,
get the ship. So I like
let's
I like that you
you're
have
not-
to.
you're not
on
making
the
it any
small
better.
chance
It's all
play,
or nothing.
DM.
All or nothing.
So we're tying off and just kind of sort of.
No,
Reeling
I'm,
yourselves
up. Apparently we're not.
I'm
You're just
going
going
you
free
can
fall.
tie off. I'm not tying off.
I would have. I mean, it seems to me like it makes more
I was
sense.
tying off and then cutting free as soon as I'm hooked onto something.
I'm gonna slide down the rope. I'm gonna have the rope ready to go, but I'm counting on being projectile, sent outward.
I'm just thinking I'll have time.
Why can't he send Stargoyle?
Can I run and see gravity again really quick?
I feel like I'll have time to cut it and then get.
started off.
But we'll
Maybe it
say,
started on
well,
knocking is what
actually
I'm
no, because
thinking.
you were inside. I think
Can
maybe
we look
I'll
down if we go up? No,
Look out the window?
I'll say these guys would have explained to you the rate at which they saw everything
Right.
expelled.
Got it,
And be
okay.
like, it wouldn't,
It's
you wouldn't
extremely
have time
fast.
To,
Okay, it's just gonna happen.
Do you know what fast is? It's that.
But I'm just saying, if I then get to the, I guess I don't. I guess you're right. I don't understand the physics of if I get pulled to the end of the rope while everything decompresses or whatever.
yeah, at that point, at least in my mind, you'd hit the end of the rope and bounce back. As the rope, the elasticity in the rope pulled you back. There would be no more. Well, actually, it depends.
rope
Because the
might
whole
cut you in
ship is
half.
going to start decompressing.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
then-
If you, I keep thinking that you're closing the inner
Right,
door.
but if you're not,
if you're
then-
opening both, then this is going to turn into a fucking volcano.
That's
of,
why I was saying.
Shit flying
of
out.
shit
Which
and
could kill us.
air.
But nothing's in this room.
Right, but there's
Proper.
stuff in the ship.
No, but I
there's
mean-
nothing in the room proper?
No, in the teleporter. room,
Yeah,
there's
if you
nothing.
nothing in
leave
the room
both
proper.
doors open, this is going to turn into a
No. I couldn't imagine that you could do it with both doors open. We're all in the airlock.
Now, okay,
So
now
we're-
I understand.
Okay. All right, so we're getting the
All
airlock.
right.
All right. Sorry, you guys, listeners. We got to make sure we get our shit straight before we do something.
These are big
critical.
Yeah, we don't want
This
to
is big-
die
yeah,
because then
this-
you won't have a show to listen to.
So this is you guys. You get everything together.
Wait, one last thing.
Okay.
I know that I was the one getting annoyed before, but what if one of us ties off and then there's a rope between the other two? So, like, as in Gravity, when you should have just been able to, spoiler alert, pull a person, then couldn't, like, if I'm tied to the door just in case, and then Gerry and I have a rope between us.
Oh, then hopefully we catch on the ship out there, maybe, or
Like
Creating
Gerry could
like a
pull me
daisy
in.
chain?
Yeah, like a daisy.
Yeah.
So Gerry could pull, or I could pull him in if
there's
need
so
be.
little time is the only thing.
All right, let's just do it. Fine.
I think we either
We could all hold hands, like link arms.
Yeah.
I would link arms with you.
Sure.
This is
Let's
like
braid our hair together.
Extreme
and just go.
skydiving. That would be awesome.
Holy crap! Did you see that shit? The two
the
skydiving planes that
That was
crashed.
Oh,
amazing.
yeah. And
Oh my
everyone
God.
survived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Fucking two skydiving planes
Hey guys,
crashed,
2 weeks ago, two
Yeah.
skydiving planes
crashed into each other, and everybody jumped and parachuted.
Even the fucking pilot?
Yeah, and they're all
Yes.
wearing GoPros.
And they
so
were like,
as
there
they're
was
looking back
fire.
up their plane,
Did they
Film of it.
plan?
What?
Did
I have no
they
idea.
go,
Yeah.
hey, let's, we
One
got two
plane kind of
planes that
landed on
kind
the
of
other
are
one.
piece of
yeah,
shit.
one plane crashed into the other one, and then it turned into a Call of Duty commercial.
There was like a
he looks back
fireball.
up at the two commercials, and like the planes were exploding.
Yeah,
and there's a
it's
fireball.
nuts.
And it's all on. It's on. Yeah, it's on. You can watch
Holy
it because
fuck.
they all had.
There's several
Helmet
several
cams.
angles. It's like a well-produced Michael Bay action
So
sequence.
it is a GoPro commercial now.
Yeah, totally.
It's a scene from G.I. Joe.
But it's just so nice. I mean, it's like everyone survived. Like I
Yeah.
feel like you can't. You can be like, this is so awesome because
well,
like
one
everybody.
badass landed his plane.
Oh yeah, one of the planes.
One of the
then
guys was like, "Oh,
oh,
my
really?
propeller's
Damaged,
damaged," but the other plane was. a
What's
pile
that? We're
shit.
out of time. All right. Well, I guess next week we'll
Yeah,
find out
let's
what
call
happens.
it.
I hope they shot it in 1080p.
Oh, really? We got
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, good.
Because honestly, the worst would be doing a cliffhanger and then just coming back the next
talking
week
about some
and then
internet
just
story for
going,
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, just
And then
going.
you all
Hey,
die."
we got a 90-second show, guys. We're all in the.
That would be
All right, let's
funny.
go for it.
Okay.
Let's hold hands. We're off to see the
All
wizard.
right.
Helmets
You're
are up.
hoping that
I'm going to roll up another warrior next time.
that the skiff is outside this door.
Priest bullshit.
I
Yep,
have.
I am hoping
I have
that.
faith
All right.
I should say,
Follow
though,
Yellow
listen,
Brick Road.
I
look-
abandon my healing, and start praying that
Make it
we
through
survive this.
Yeah, okay.
if this goes poorly, I'm not joining another group with Blackie Green. I just want that on the record now.
Oh, shit. Oh, it's getting personal. Okay, all right.
Jesus.
Well, he did abandon. This all started because he was just like, I'm going to get the ship, goodbye, and then just left.
It wasn't a bad idea, though. We need the ship.
We needed to talk about
we
it.
could have at least had a little chat. We could have had a chat.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. You guys are stacked
Let's
up.
do it.
You're linking arms.
Linking
hoping
arms.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next
right.
week I'll be in Peoria, Illinois, at the Jukebox Comedy.
I would tie
Oh, we are
off.
still
I would
playing.
tie off. I would tie off against, so that we're all tied off. Because
This might not be even, by the way,
against each
dramatic
other.
at all to listeners because we don't actually. They may know right now stuff that we don't know that maybe we're going to be totally safe, or maybe we're not.
How do they know?
So
Because Blackie was in
whatever's
here,
going on
so
with
whatever
right,
was
right.
happening.
they know what
Right.
Blackie's doing. Yeah.
Blackie threw 3 tires at the door and then flew
But
away.
I'm just saying
All
that
right,
to say that
so
it was
you guys,
Blaine's face.
very
let's roll
dramatic
some
right now.
D20s real quick. The 3 of you with rope use. Let me just see
He
what
looks
the...
pretty relaxed. He is reading his book, though. Maybe he's rolling up a new character.
Oh, 15.
I made mine.
Okay.
I rolled a 15.
I rolled a 12.
All right, that's still 2. You guys, yeah. The knots are good.
Just tying off to each other.
a triple-
not-
Yes,
Right.
So we can catch
Yeah.
on the ship
Yeah,
if
yeah.
we.
So you guys are a tight clump of adventurers right now.
I'll
all
say.
snug together. All right. All right, get ready for
Jump into death.
fucking kick-ass ride. You crank you seal
Holy
the inner
shit.
door.
Oh my
Put up
god!
your sparklets.
Yeah, putting up the
Sparklet helmets up. Whoop, 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 whoop. Bart with much more confidence this time, practically jauntily spinning the outer door.
It was fun the first time. What the fuck?
You
Yeah,
spin it.
The sun's not getting any further away or colder.
At least we don't have to close the door this time.
True.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Unfettered by any of your amazing rope use and knot tricks, the outer door just it looks like the outer, like in a frame of animation, it looks like it disappears. It opens so fast. And for the brief moment before your eyes tear up, and the motion almost goes into slow-mo here, you see a few things. So you see the view is incredible. Like the stars, you've never ever seen constellations like this, like razor sharp, almost like clouds. There's so many stars there. Thankfully, 20 feet out, with outer airlock door open, the skiff is hovering there, just out of range of the even pulling in slightly. It looks like combating the gust of wind. Just out of range of that door, sort of swinging and hitting it. The skiff is waiting there. Your guys' incredibly fast 25-meter dash, or 25-foot dash, sorry, is almost as sudden as the door opening. So it looks almost like a rack zoom. You just go spunk, and all of you just bash into each other and the back of the skiff airlock. And immediately begin. You're still obviously. Well, actually, let me just see. I won't say obvious. Hold on. I'm gonna roll our our fan sent dice with names on it.
Boy.
All right. Mildred and Sir Richard, in an attempt, so you guys, as your group, as your sort of clump of adventurers, just is projected like a potato out of a potato gun against the back of the skiff's airlock. You put your arms up in an attempt to sort of sponge some of the shock, but it's like being piled drive by the entire like pro wrestling federation. You're just like, so you guys are immediately KO'd. The group of you starts to slowly rebound, relatively slowly. It's pretty speedy, but you guys, Bart and Damien, are still conscious enough, although your vision starts immediately tunneling in on
I'm
itself.
trying to grab onto something.
You start to grab on stuff to keep yourself from drifting back out of the
Yeah, yeah.
ship, which you're able to do. and
we
activate
grab them?
Airlock, yeah.
Yeah, you guys are all tied up together.
Okay.
They just got KO'd directly by hitting the
Whoever's
bulkhead.
closest to the airlock.
Looking for the
I'll-
close the
I'll-
button.
So you guys hit the. This is like you guys are able to just swing this door shut. The much more much easier to handle. It's a smaller door. It swings shut. Seal it up. The chamber pressurizes. All of you are now like super bloody faces, and Sir Richard looks like a fucking piece of paladin roadkill right now because he's had double KOs. But yeah, you guys are now in a bloody, raggedy pile on the floor of the skiff airlock. And now let me go get Blackie.
Oh my god. We did it.
Yay!
Sort of. Big fucking meat pile.
Okay.
How much damage? What am I writing down?
All right,
for damage?
I'm gonna roll this right now.
Well, we're unconscious, right? So
Oh, I'm coming to with the realization that we left all the cool magic stuff.
All right.
oh, good job.
Yeah. It's all right. No, not all of it.
No, we have the scroll
put my
and
stuff
I have
back
the
on.
weapons, but we don't have the book.
You
I
don't
don't know
have
what it
the
We don't have any of the books.
you don't have any of the
Trunk
books. You have the star chart.
Yeah.
And we said you had the scroll in the
tried to
trunk,
fart
but
earlier,
I feel
but
like you
star
had the
chart is-
scroll with the star chart.
Okay.
But yeah, the
Who star charted?
trunk of books didn't make it.
No.
Okay, Blackie,
needs
Am I
books?
close enough to punch Blackie in the nose?
you have only hold on. You have only a couple minutes to wait. Even though you're willing at this point to wait until the ship starts burning.
I just started watching Man of Steel.
So you only end up having to wait a couple minutes
Oh, thank God.
before you see the outer door just blink open silently, and like a weird creature made of arms and legs and your friends' heads just spins out of the tower.
Yes,
into
my
this-
slash fiction comes to life.
into the side of the skiff. You feel the first like bump as the breeze hits it, and the second thump as they hit it. And you can tell from your readouts that the airlock ends up being sealed and repressurized. And then a few moments later, you hear them staggering into the sort of the little the locker chamber that's behind your cockpit there. So, all right. So now you're all back together.
I
You
start
have
casting.
about 45 minutes. Yep. Okay. You're praying for heals, and now you're flyable.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
Let's
welcome
call
back.
it. Yeah,
Yeah?
we got to call it.
Oh, okay.
But we're all back together. At least it's not a cliffhanger that would fucking drive people insane.
I still
Right,
want to punch.
guys?
I want to punch Blackie Green.
Okay,
That's
see
your
if
cliffhanger.
see if Jerry punches Blackie.
See if Sir Richard breaks Blackie Green's nose.
Will Blackie get punched? Will Sir Richard punch Blackie?
Where are you?
As mentioned before, in my horrible stretch, I'm working at midnight for Comedy
Oh,
Central.
that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. And no stand-up coming up.
Nope,
All right.
just a lot of sleep. Come watch me sleep.
I will be at Jukebox, one of my favorite clubs. It's in Peoria, Illinois. It's been there forever. I love going there. They've got like it feels like you're in the 80s. It's one of those clubs where they have like all the old 8x10s and like guys sticking their heads through like a toilet seat, Blaine. And remember those?
Comedy
Remember where
headshots.
guys were like, "Hey, I got to show people I'm wacky,"
Yeah.
and just a headshot, or they do like the four.
Sure, the
like
composite.
the fucking goofy construction worker,
Yep.
and then like the funny face and the
Had
juggling.
plenty of
and-
those.
And then the serious guy that
Yeah.
wants to get acting work.
Yeah, but a great club. I'll be there this weekend
And I believe they have gay marriage there now too.
in Peoria, Illinois.
In
They're
Illinois.
opening for
Oh,
him.
yeah, that's right.
And by Deadpool 13 is out.
You mean 19?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Deadpool 19,
You can still get Deadpool 13.
Nova 12, and Last Christmas hardcover.
Yes.
All this stuff is available in stores and on Comixology.
And the fartist is still out.
Yeah.
You can still get my record.
Don't buy it, though. It's on Netflix.
Hey,
Am I allowed to say
son
that?
of a bitch. Yeah, and also we have these really cool dice bags that say Nerd Poker on them. Check them out. Passing them around. Blaine, seeing them for the first time.
Wow, this is the first time I've seen these.
No, they're pretty cool.
Wow, they are really cool, and it's the first time I've seen them.
Those would be really good for holding dice.
Oh my
Yes.
God!
They're
And seen
perfect for
the
holding
first time.
dice. You can also put your weed in there.
Oh,
Remember
wow.
that sketch?
No.
I don't.
Now I'm seeing it for the second time.
All right, thanks.
This has been an Earwolf Media production. Executive producers Jeff Ulrich and Scott Ackerman. For more information, visit earwolf.com.
Earwolf Radio. Boom!